All right. Well, thanks for watching. This is Sal from Dent Experts. Today I have a kind of a treat for you because it's going to combination paintless dent repair and combination setting up a setup I believe is really helpful. I'm out here in the rain, and I always want to simulate. I don't want to. I don't want to use the word real world because you got to be real world to be real world. And in this case, this would be the real deal of what it's like to be a mobile paintless dent repair technician. Every day you're faced with this unique scenario you have to get accomplished. And not being in a shop, not being in the best environment sometimes is difficult, but that's where your skills come in and your tooling. I think the biggest thing I can convey to you right now, if you're studying the craft of paintless dent repair, is your tooling, especially when you're mobile. You're trying to work with the least amount of tools as possible, right? Because it gets pretty heavy carrying around all this gear. And you want tools that aren't sitting around gathering dust, because in a way, carrying them around and maybe getting one job, maybe getting 2 jobs a month with it, yeah, it pays for itself having it in your vehicle, but you got to have tools that pay for themselves almost every day. At least I'm a 32-year paintless dent removal technician, and I've been mobile the entire time. But let me show you a setup that's really awesome, and it involves dent dial tools. So I'm going to turn the camera around here. I'm going to check in a little bit later, but for right now, let's see if I can do this. So this is going to be on this really nice Ford, and I got this these dents right here to do. Customer kind of sideswiped another vehicle. So I'm going to do that right now, live, and that's important because why live is good for you is because then you're seeing your instructor do the work under some difficult conditions. If you go out and train with an instructor and they have the scenarios perfect, they have the vehicle, they have a shop, they have all this stuff going on, you'd be surprised. They make it look easy, but that means you'd have to get some kind of a shop. And when you go to train for somebody, you want to train to do paintless dent repair. You don't want to train to be a paintless dent repair technician, but then now you have to go open a shop. You don't want that. You want to be very, very secure in your setup and your skills, mobile. You want to be working for, and especially in the beginning, you want to be working for kind of the lower tier of the market, used car lots, where you can kind of hide. Your work's not going to be that great. And at some point, you want to slowly work your way up to dealerships where, of course, they want it looking nice, but at the same time, they're selling the car. And then body shops, same thing. They can mark you up, and they can cover for you if you're not getting the dents so perfect, but they're a great avenue for work. I think the main thing for you is you want to get away from all the middlemen at some point. I mean, in the beginning, you need them for practice, absolutely. But at some point, you've got to get away from them because they want too much markup on what little there is to make, out there in the market. You want full money for your repair. And this setup right here is cool because it kind of helps keep you mobile and independent. So let's check it out. All right. So I think I can go horizontal. Hey, can you tell me if I go horizontal, will it go horizontal? Okay, ready? Oh no, that's not it. That's a sticker. Darn it. Thought I had this under control. Okay, hold on. Oh, here it is. Nope. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to do it like this. All right, so let's put you guys over here. Oh, I gotta tilt this thing down. Yeah, that's the way of life is. You know, you think you got it all set up and you're ready to roll, and then you can't figure out the camera. Oh, I think I can do this. This will test your patience. If you're patient enough to hang out with me this long, you're a good candidate for paintless dent repair because it takes patience. All right, so there we go. So I'm gonna go this way and right there. I think you should be able to see everything I'm gonna set up here. It's gonna be pretty wild. All right, let's do that. Maybe out a little bit right there. All right, I think we got it. All right, here we go. It's really coming down. So this is the real deal. As long as you can keep an eye on that little guy there, you're good. And that's pretty strong. I'm sure you're wondering why that's there. Now with a dent like this, of course, if you were to push really hard on it, you just blow that edge out. So you got to protect the edge. And yeah, you can, put a pole here up against a wall or something, but when you got nothing next to you, or in this case, I'm trying to prove to you could do this just out in the open. But you got to have some great tools. This is the 35 Light Duty from Dent Dial. DentDial.com is the website you could buy it at. What's great about this tool here, it's only 1/4 of an inch thick, it slides down glass really well. And in this case, I'm going to use it for something else, and that's why you want tools that are versatile. I don't want this to block you guys, so let me know if it's blocking you. Actually, before I put this on, I want to show you that this is a swivel, and I want it right here on the edge. I don't want it to swivel on the edge, so I can go behind here with an Allen wrench and lock this in super tight. And this is called the walnut base. You can find it on the website. Now I'm ready. going to have this all set up and you wouldn't know any better, but you want to see tools in action. You know, a lot of tools out there, you always see a picture of it set up. You don't know how clunky and cumbersome it is because they don't show you that. They just show you a picture. You want to see how they're set up. I want to get it down right to the edge because I don't want it in my way. Because a lot of the times you'll find get stuff in the way and you can't precisely get in here. It's just an eye bolt. Okay, now I've got this hidden here because I didn't want to take up too much of your time with my setup. Just want to make sure you can see that. Check. Yeah, I think you can see that. Yep. All right. Nice. All right, so I'm going to take my 24 heavy duty and just go up behind here. And just sneak in behind it. And I'm just getting past this the liner underneath it. I just kind of peeled it back. I didn't remove it. There it is. All right, I'm on it. So that's it. I'm ready. I always heat the panel because just good practice. You don't want to move paint and clear coat without it really, really hot. Got a leak. It's pretty hot. All right. This is so hard to do live. Everything's got to go right. See, it's holding up here really nice. see how it looks. Yeah, you can see that. This is real life. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Real life. Not real deal or real world. This is real life. So I went from a recreaser tip to now going to an everyday tip. This is why I called it the dent dial, because you can dial in the tip perfect with the body line angle on either side. You basically can do that up here, of course, down here. It's all about dialing it in. Oh yeah, much better. All right, let's see if you can see all that. Mr. Allweather, how funny. Yeah, I mean, if you're teaching how to do this, man, you want to teach how to survive in any environment, you know? I used to have to work at dealerships like this, and you just got to get the cars done. So what I'm doing right now is as I'm pushing, I'm sliding the tip, and it's basically building this body line by just sliding it back out. When you're working a body line, you don't want to pick at it, because you'll make these stitches that you now have to get in between. I don't like to do that. I like to make sure I'm sliding, always sliding. Takes the right, geometry as far as all this math working out. You had tools that didn't bend. When I first came out with this tools, there were these people out there trying to sell leaf springs. There's even the influencers trying to push the leaf springs on people, but in the end, good tools that bend, they last. It's still here. I'm still doing this. If I had a leaf spring set up with hardened steel that didn't bend, I sometimes get emails from people who wish they didn't buy those. And here I am, 2026, using the same tools. Influencers don't necessarily recommend the best tools. All right, so I'm going to start swinging these waves down, and I do it at a point where it's under some good tension. Right now is perfect time. Trying to get this to where I don't get everything wet. some really thin metal. You can't go crazy on it. You'll regret it later. This is certainly the kind of metal you don't want to go blah, 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 blah. Don't want to do that. Harsh conditions. No. I'm in California. Let's see. Oh, there's 11 people. It's looking better already, but kill it up here really fast. Alright, like that. So far I'm not getting too wet. Wow, it's really raining now. Come on. Trying to work here. Great about this kind of tooling is that as you push, you're not going to slip out like you would with a rod. At the same time, when you push, it's so stable you can slide. Try doing that with a rod. Not easy. I don't know how much longer this live is going to last. I'm getting rain though. But it was a good demonstration. Alright, I'm going to end the live and then I'll show it to you maybe in a video sometime. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Alright, so let's go this way. I did it. Okay, there you go. Just working on that spot there. And I'm just practicing my lives because it takes a while to get good at them. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in a more drier time. Adios.